Mr. Paul Scoble. Let's give it up. Hiya, hiya! Woo! Yeah, baby. Last time.
Good evening. Good evening, how you doing? I'm Paul. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Those are vultures. I'm dying. Now, you might have noticed that I am a metalhead. And as a metalhead, I am obviously on first name terms with Satan. He's called Keith. Keith Satan. And he has recently gone out of the evil game. Satan started moving out of the evil business a few hundred years ago when the major religions really started moving in. Things came to a head a few months ago when Satan went to see some management consultants to get some advice on streamlining hell's business activities. What you really need to do is sack all those outdated demons and start using slaves, workfare labour. How many demons do you currently employ? My subjects are infinite in scope and number. An infinite number of workfare drones. You might have to meet with Ian Duncan Smith to get that many. At which point, Satan vomited and left the meeting. I think Satan feels that the world has passed him by. He recently applied for an MA in business studies and wasn't even evil enough to get to an interview. Keith thinks that there's no real point being the Prince of Darkness in a world that contains the Daily Mail, investment banking and the Conservative Party. So, Satan is currently managing a little chef on the ATV line just outside Bracknell, which goes some way to explain the quality of the food. This toad in the hole is diabolical. Oh, thanks for noticing. And did those feet, in ancient times, walk upon England's mountains green? No, they didn't. I realised recently that... You alright? I realised recently that I have a problem with overreacting to things going wrong in my life. The slightest little setback, and that's it! I throw all my toys out of the pram and act like it's the worst thing that has ever befallen any human being. So I started thinking about why I fall into depression so easily, and I realised something quite interesting, if a little worrying. I realised that I enjoy being depressed. I realised that I'm a depression junkie. A sadaholic, if you will. It's always the same when I'm depressed. It's as if I'm playing a character. Everything that comes out of my mouth is something like, you don't know, you weren't there, you don't understand how I feel. How can you? How can you understand me? For I am the king of misery, in my obsidian crown of sorrow, clad in the jet black cloak of despair, carrier of the jeweled sceptre of woe. I shut myself away in my fortress of anguish and pain. My flat. Reading dark poetry and feeling disgust for the naivety, childishness and stupidity of absolutely everyone else on earth. Then some of my friends managed to gain entry to the fortress of anguish and pain. They'd come over to check up on me after seeing the near hysterical status update that I've just posted on Facebook. Hysterical but very vague, so that my friends have to ask me what the matter is. My friends then give me at least half a dozen ways to solve the problem that caused me to throw my toys out of the pram in the first place. Solutions that I really should have thought of myself if I wasn't far too busy leaping straight into character as the king of misery. So now on top of everything else, I'm also feeling embarrassed, stupid and melodramatic. I know at this point I should give in and do as I'm told. But the depression junkieism is biting far too hard now. I am having way too much fun. So I explain at length about how much of a special case I am, and that they can't understand why their solutions, which would work for everyone else, cannot possibly work for me. I use the phrase, no, what you don't understand is, so much I'm thinking of copywriting it. And then one of my friends will say the one thing that is guaranteed to make things worse. Oh, you're just blowing things way out of proportion. Chill out. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down? I'm the king of misery. Can't you see my obsidian crown of sorrow? Are you questioning the validity of the jet black cloak of despair? Calm down! You don't tell the king of misery to calm down. How dare you? How darest thou? Get out before I brain you with the jeweled sceptre of woe. Get out! And then I slam the door behind them. Get back to your stupid, naive, happy little lives. How dare they? Normal, common people cannot understand the cares of the king of misery. Of course, in reality, I don't actually do that last little bit, because if I did, I wouldn't have any friends. What I do is I say, yes, you're right, I was overreacting. No, you're right. I'll do what you said. I'm sure that'll sort things out. Yeah, I'll calm down. I've promised myself that one day I will play the part of the king of misery to the full. I know it'll be the day I lose all my friends, but, well, fuck it, you can't have everything now, can you? And on that deeply unstable note, I should probably get off the subject of depression before I get sectioned. I must say, this jacket you've given me is lovely. The huge buckles are great, but the sleeves are awfully long. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Unfortunately, due to austerity cutbacks, your home help service has been withdrawn. Sometimes I think too much. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. When I was at primary school, one of my teachers asked me what colour crayon I wanted. By the time I decided, I was doing my A-levels. Maybe overthinking things is a good thing. Maybe it isn't a good thing. Someone once asked me to explain myself, so I wrote, edited, published and recorded the audiobook of The Lifetimes and Inner Workings of Paul Scoble, a practical guide for beginners. Maybe my life would be a lot worse if I didn't overthink things. Maybe it would be better. Maybe it wouldn't be any different at all. Last night I spent 3 hours trying to work out what inquisitiveness might taste like. Maybe I'm not overthinking things. Maybe I'm underacting. Do you ever get the impression that your brain isn't on your side? We don't know who your brain is working for, but it definitely isn't working for you. Your mind may be a double agent. When I was on my way down here tonight, I passed a man in the street, and he was wearing tracksuit bottoms, sweatpants, and he had his hand down the front of the sweatpants while having a bit of a rummage. It seems to be a common pastime amongst men who wear sweatpants. Whenever I see it, I think, oh, for God's sake, you're in public, why are you playing with yourself? No, I don't want to shake your hand. Why? Why do they think it's acceptable? Why? Well, I found out why. And it's not what you think. It turns out that men who wear sweatpants and appear to play with themselves as they walk around town have a rare genetic condition where they have miniature Rubik's Cubes for testicles. And they just can't stop playing with them. The next time that you see one of our sweatpanted brethren, instead of judging them, follow them at a discreet distance, obviously. And after a few streets, you will see them go, yay, I completed a side. And on that distinctly testicular note, I I should probably close. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.